All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Retro Jersey Podcast. We've been away for a little bit, been away for a couple of weeks, but we're gonna get it back together. Uh, just working on a lot of my guests getting their schedules together, and we can mesh and chop it up and do a little podcasting, do a little memorializing, and uh, keeping people's memory alive. That's what we like to do over here at the Retro. Um, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button or hit the subscribe button, and please hit the like button as well. Um, we need some followers and some viewers and stuff like that. I'm trying to get us to going in the right direction because I'm just going to be honest with you. Um, when it comes to sports, I don't think nobody in the world is better than me talking sports. Um, there are some things I have to work on, though, as far as learning the new breed and learning the new breed of sports. I'm pretty versed on my baseball. Uh, Football is natural. Um, Basketball, there are so many new guys coming in, and I have to sit down and start learning a lot about these players. I've been picking it up here slowly but surely, but it's been kind of hard lately because there are different um, so many different aspects as to why I haven't, picked up on a lot of stuff like I used to. I'm not saying that I'm so used to staying in my old school ways, but this is retro, and this has not, this generation of basketball players and football players have not been, you know, and no disrespect to them, have not been keeping me, you know, educated in who they are. I mean, we can start from the college football level all the way up to the pros, so on and so forth. I just miss real sports. I just miss real football, real basketball, real baseball, real hockey, horseback riding, swimming, diving, skating, Olympics. I miss all of that. I mean, miss people like Flojo. I miss people like Bo Jackson. I miss people like Dion, Brian Jordan, all of these guys, athletes, Michael Jordan, Kobe, rest his soul. I don't want to say rest in peace because he shouldn't be resting at all. His daughter, all the greats, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, all Lynette Woodard, everybody that we, lost. That's how I keep up. I can run up and down a plethora of legends that I keep up with, even the live ones that are still with us, like Reggie and Barkley and all of those guys, Kevin Johnson, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Tim Hardaway, uh, all of those guys, my favorite players. But now we got that out the way. Please remember, hit the notification button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you know when we're doing another episode. Um, we normally have guests on here, and that's what I've been kind of waiting on. But I noticed that I'm missing a lot of content while doing that. But so we're not going to do that. We're just going to start doing uh, doing things like this until the guests are ready. With all that being said, and again, I'm late on these things, but I always have the news on standby. Um, I don't know if you guys care, but I heard that the Buffalo Bills have have said that they aren't going to go forward with having OJ Simpson, and I'm sure you guys know his record. Uh, they said they're not going to go forward with him as a memorializing him and immortalizing him anymore. They were blessed with a new stadium, and they said that they were not. They said that they were not going to go on with him. And here was the thing to me. Not only was you could make an argument that he was the greatest running back in Bill's history, you could make an argument that he was the greatest player in Bill's history. You can make a argument for that, and I will if you want me to. But I don't think there was a greater player, and no disrespect to Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, Kelso, Gardner, Talley, Andre Reed, Don Beebe. That's another story. No disrespect to all of those guys. No disrespect for anybody playing for the Buffalo Bills. But OJ Simpson put you guys on the map. We can talk about all of that other stuff that he did at another day. That's another story. But you guys leaving him off of the new stadium, leaving his memory off of the new stadium, smells like politics to me. It smells like pure politics to me. And with the climate of who we have in Congress now, I can see why they did that. It's not hard to see why they done that. It's not hard to see why they done that. You, as a fan, if you've been around since the 60s and the early 70s, you know in your heart that there was not one player, one running back better than OJ Simpson. Am I making a case for OJ to be in the Bllls Hall of Fame or whatever you guys got when you go and retire the jersey and the Raptors? I'm going to say yes, I am. I'm going to say yes, I am. Am I making a case for him to be forgiven? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I'll get into that another day. I'll get into that another day, but because I don't want to dilute what we got going on right here. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? Can you name a running back? Let's look at OJ's prime. Can you name a running back when he started to get off? He almost had 1,000 yards rushing his first season. He was like 200 or 303 yards short of 1,000 yards his rookie season. 697 yards, average 3.9 yards a carry. His longest was 32 yards. His longest run was 32 yards. This was in 1969, his rookie season. His sophomore season, he fell off a little bit, but he pulled off some big runs and scored more touchdowns. His junior season in the NFL, this is where he started taking off. Yeah, woo, Jesus. And then we'll get on over here to Thurman Thomas, because I know a lot of you will say he's not better than Thurman Thomas. Lies, complete lies. And Thurman Thomas will tell you that he probably don't want to, because he want to keep his He want to keep his name clean with the Buffalo Bills, but don't get me started. Please don't get me started on that. Uh, y'all already know where I'm going with this. Um, I I don't think there's a better running back in the history of Buffalo than OJ Simpson. I don't like Thurman Thomas anyway because he kept beating the Dolphins. I'm a Florida boy, so I have to root for the Dolphins, but I'm a 49ers guy. So uh, I don't think there's a better running back than OJ Simpson when it comes to Buffalo Bills. I just don't think there is. Uh, you can make a case for Thurman Thomas because he kept Barry Sanders on the bench for a little while at Oklahoma State. He kept Barry Sanders on the bench for a little while, but them leaving OJ Simpson off, leaving his memory off of everything due to stuff that he got found not guilty for, and not for the reason he, and for the reasons for him not being up there has nothing to do with what he did on the field. You guys wanted to do this because you guys are power and all the, just like with the New York Knicks, and congratulations to them again with the New York Knicks and Buffalo, because I know that's where your guy is from. I'm not gonna say any names, but I know that's where your guy's from. And in order for the Buffalo Bills organization to get the new stadium, you guys had to you guys had to say, hey, we don't want OJ. We'll give you the new stadium, but y'all can't bring OJ Simpson's memory with you. Classless, classless, and you guys fell for it. That's why you guys ain't prospering right there. That's why you guys ain't prospering. You went to 4 straight Super Bowls and ain't won nothing. You went to 4 straight Super Bowls and won nothing. Now you're in the playoffs every year, and you can't get my man, what's his name, Josh Allen. He can't get out of the the AFC East. He can't get out of the AFC East, or he can't make it to the divisional game anymore. But you guys were worried about not you're so worried about OJ not being in your Buffalo Bills Hall of Fame. How many of you deserve to be there? With the exception of you know, the obvious. I can name 10 right off the bat that deserve to be there. But who's more deserving than OJ Simpson when it comes to putting your franchise on the map? We're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that. Hold on. Let's look a little deeper. Let's look a little deeper. Wow. So the year before OJ got there, the Buffalo Bills, the 1968 Buffalo Bills finished with a 1-12-1 record, one of the worst in franchise history, but their lone win came against the eventual Super Bowl champion, the New York Jets. So let's go to the second season when OJ got there. They won 3 extra games. The 69 Buffalo Bills finished the season with a 4-10 record, making their final year in the American Football League. This is when they were in American Football League before the NFL merger. So OJ already there gave him gave him 3 extra games. Let's go to 1970. They so they went 3-10-1 then. Still better than the year that OJ got there. They dropped off one game, but they still, here they go, still improving under with OJ. So 1971, he was just on a bunch of bad teams. Buffalo Bills, y'all been bad historically for a long time. The 1971 Buffalo Bills had a challenging season, finishing with a record of 1-13, marking the worst season in franchise history. So while he's there, they had the worst season in franchise history. Buffalo Bills, I don't think I've ever liked them, but because they're in the conference with Miami. So let's go to 72. 1972, the Buffalo Bills season was the franchise's third in the NFL and their 13th overall, marking their final year at War Memorial Stadium before moving to Richfield Stadium in 1973. Coming off a 1-13 record in 1971, the Bills entered the season with the first overall pick, drafting, Walt Patulski from Notre Dame. Head coach Lou Saban, I don't know if he's kin to Nick Saban or not, returned for his third season, implementing a new offensive philosophy that heavily featured OJ Simpson. So that's where they were going. Simpson rushed the ball 292 times for 1,251 yards, the league's first rushing title of his career. And the second most in NFL behind Ron Johnson. Despite losing key offensive linemen in the opener, Buffalo rushing attack was potent, but the offense struggled to score, finishing 19th in points per game. Wow. So let's go over here to 1973. A Star is Born. Let's go here to 1973, and then we'll get back to why. So 1973, the Bills finished the season with a 9-5 record, placing second in the AFC East. This was their first winning season since 1966, showcasing a remarkable improvement from previous years. Key player OJ Simpson had a record-setting season, becoming the first player in NFL history to rush for 2,000 yards in a single season, 2003 to be exact. His performance was pivotal in the Bills setting an NFL record for the most team rushing yards. They had a team rushing record of 3,088 yards. Good on them. So let's go a little bit further. Let's go to 1974. And y'all trying to keep this dude off of here. You can challenge me in the comments later. I live for that stuff. You can challenge me on why you think him unaliver shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna eat your lunch. I promise you I will. The 1974 season marked the Buffalo Bills' fifth year in the NFL and 15th overall. Under head coach Lou Saban, the team finished with another 9-5 record, placing second in the AFC again. 5-2 record at home, 4-3 record on the road. Key players, well, my. OJ Simpson surpassed 1,000-yard rushing again, despite on a sore knee. He did not lead the league in 1974. Quarterback Joe Ferguson led the offense while backup Gary, what was that? Morangi provided depth. Tight end Ruben Gant. Am I saying that right? But OJ still had 1,000 yards. So I'm gonna go over here to Thurman Thomas. Let's go over here to OJ's stats. Let's go over here to OJ's all-time stats at Buffalo. Let's go over here to his all-time stats. Because what I think y'all are doing is you can't separate the player from the person, and that's not cool. You did the same thing to Reggie Bush. You did the same thing to Reggie Bush. So let's see. Nope, that's not what I were looking for. Let's go back. Okay, let's see, because they're trying to combine the San Francisco 49ers stats and the Buffalo Bills stats. So let's go down here. I'm gonna tell you what, OJ has the biggest, longest Wikipedia I've ever seen in my life. And then we're gonna go over his accolades, and we're gonna close out why I think what they did to him wasn't cool. All right. All right. Right here. His stats, like I said earlier, 697 yards. That was his rookie season. 488 yards, 742 yards. At this time, if we minus the 2 seasons that he had with San Francisco 49ers, because that's where careers went to die at that point. Careers went to die at San Fran. But we're past that now. So OJ still had 10,000 plus yards. And he was also the first running back to gain 2,000 yards in a season. So let's go back up here and look at his accolades. Let's go back up here and look at his accolades. And you're telling me that hold on, I just saw something. Simpson gained 11,236 rushing yards, placing him second on the NFL's all-time rushing list when he retired. That's insane. Now he stands 22nd. Yeah, there's a lot of drugs. A lot of people. Game changed a lot. From 1972 to 1976, averaged 1,540 yards per game. So I'm trying to understand why Buffalo removed him from the stadium, but I think we already know. So let's go over OJ's accolades right quick, and I want you to know who has more accolades than OJ Simpson, because he was holding y'all together before. He was holding y'all together because it felt like, and I've heard rumors about this. Buffalo was about to tank. They were about to fold. NFL Most Valuable Player 1973, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, 1973. Five-time first team All Pro, 1972 to 76. Five-time Pro Bowler, 1972 to 76. Pro Bowl MVP, 1972. AFL All-Star, 1969. AP Athlete of the Year, 1973. Sporting News Athlete of the Year, 1973. Hickok Belt, 1973. Oh my gosh. UPI AFC Offensive Player of the Year, 1972, 1973, 1975. Four-time NFL rushing leader, 1972, 1973, 1975, 1976. NFL rushing touchdowns leader, 1973, 1975. NFL scoring leader, 1975. Wow. OJ is that dude. NFL scoring leader, 1975. NFL 1970s All-Decade Team. Look at that. NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time Team. NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time Team. Number 40 on the top 100 NFL Greatest Players. Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame, which they have just took him down. In college. Let's go to his college. Him and Reggie Bush came from the same college, and they kind of had the same fate. National Champion 1967, Heisman Trophy 1968, Maxwell Award winner 1968, Walter Camp Award winner 1967, 1968, UPI Player of the Year 1967, 1968, Sporting News Player of the Year 1968, Chick Harley Award winner 1968, two-time unanimous All-American 1967, 1968, two-time NCAA rushing leader 1967, 1968, NCAA rushing touchdowns leader 1968, NCAA scoring leader, 1968. VW Volt Memorial Trophy, 1968. Pop Warner Trophy, 1968. Two-time first team All-Pac 8, 1967, 1968. USC Trojans jersey number 32 retired, 1968. Junior college. Y'all got OJ messed up. NJCAA All-American, 1966. Fastest player to gain 1,000 rushing yards in a season, 1,025 in 7 games. In 1973 and 1,005 in 7 games. That's just crazy. In 1975, he tied with Terrell Davis now. Fastest player to gain 2,000 yards in a season, 2003 in 14 games. They won't never take that away from him because he, it's 17 games, so nobody's going to duplicate that. Nobody's going to be able to duplicate that. Most rushing yards per game in a season, 143.1 per game in 1973. Woo! And he was a heck of an actor too. So y'all got him messed up. So I want to go over here and look at Thurman Thomas. Let's go back and look at his stats for a little bit again. So his career rush touchdowns, 61 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. He got 14 receiving touchdowns. So 61, so that's 75 touchdowns altogether. So 11,236 total yards, not to mention kickoff returns. So his all-purpose yards got him closer to 13,000. So let's go over here to Thurman Thomas. Let's go over here to Thurman Thomas because I know a lot of y'all going to be hollering about that. Yeah, a lot of y'all going to be hollering about that. We got an interview that met OJ and was pretty cool with OJ before he passed away. Okay, so Thurman Thomas, okay, he was born the day before I was, and him and Janet Jackson got the same birthday. Let's go look at his stats. Let's go look at his stats right quick. because I know I didn't like me some Thurman Thomas. We the same height, so yeah, I was at Taurus. We the same height, 5'9", well almost 5'10". He played one season with Miami. You have to be on 2,877 carries. Thurman Thomas had 1,274 yards. That's impressive. Um, Receiving, he was a pretty good running back out of the backfield, receiving, catching the ball. So he definitely got OJ there. But I don't think. Um, let's see. Let's look at the total touchdowns. 65, 65 plus 23. So that's 88 touchdowns. So just a few more than OJ. Uh, at this point, the Bills were making it to the Super Bowl every year. OJ didn't get a lot of cracks at scoring in the playoffs because of this. And that's not what Thurman Thomas has done. I'm sure the 4 Super Bowl losses have done that enough. But there was one point I was rooting for Thurman Thomas and the Bills to win it. Uh, and I got proved wrong. That's another story. But do you guys think that OJ, in the comments, or there's a poll sitting up there, do you guys think OJ deserves to be, his memory deserves to be in the new stadium? I gotta be honest with you. I personally do. I personally do. Because to what he was, what um, Eddie Murphy was to Saturday Night Live. He's what LL Cool J is to Def Jam. He's what Juvenile is to Cash Money. He kept the business floating. And you've seen his accolades. I'm going to look at Thurman Thomas's accolades. And let's see. Of course, the 4 Super Bowls, goose egged. Goose eggs. That's all I'm going to say about that. We got a comment. No, he does not deserve to be. Yeah, you are you separating the player from the person? And if you want to be honest, he didn't do none of that. And I don't want to get into that because I just want to understand why the Buffalo Bills decided to go on without him. And I keep telling you guys, they was not going to get that stadium if they agreed to keep OJ's memory alive in that stadium. I mean, that's stupid. That's stupid to me, bro. That's very stupid. Let's see. We're trying to find some of his stats. I mean, are y'all remember Thurman Thomas saying he was the Charles Barkley of football? Yeah. Yeah, you remember that? You do? Let's look at Thurman Thomas, his awards and uh NFL's most valuable player 1991, NFL's offensive player of the year 1991, two-time first team All-Pro 1990, 1991, three-time second team All-Pro. OJ didn't see none of that. 89, 92, 93, five-time Pro Bowler. OJ got that. 89 and 93, 1990 All Decades team. Okay. Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame, Buffalo Bills 50th anniversary team, Buffalo Bills number 34 retired, consensus All American 1985, first team All American 1987, Big Eight Offensive Player of the Year 1985, three-time all-time, three-time first-time All Big Eight 1985, 86, 87, Oklahoma State Cowboys number 34 retired. Okay, that's impressive, but bro, that's not OJ. Thurman Thomas was a good dude, but I'm trying to figure out for the life of me, and you guys in Buffalo tell me if I'm wrong or not. What has Thurman Thomas did that OJ didn't do? OJ did a lot more, but we're keeping him out of memory just because you weren't going to get the stadium. I thought football team was a family. I thought the football team was a family, man. Anybody saying that OJ don't deserve to be remembered, excuse me. Anybody saying OJ don't need to be remembered was a stupid dude. A lot of people will tell you, even people like my uncles would tell you, OJ is a bad boy. And I remember watching him when I was a kid play. I remember watching him when I was a kid. Then my uncles fell out of favor with him because of various reasons that we won't talk about. But let's look at some comments. You are making a case for a... Yeah, I'm not making a case for somebody that unalived somebody. I'm making a case for a football player. I'm making a case for a football player. So explain to me what he did, what was so bad that he didn't get convicted of, since you want to go there. Explain to me what was so bad to the point to where the Buffalo Bills weren't going to get this stadium because of a man that's deceased now. Memory was going to be immortalized. Explain that to me. That's what I thought. The next comment says, I agree with you. If you can't separate the player from the person, you don't know sports. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, feelings. These dudes be in their feelings way too much. Way too much. Let's see what this other comment said. Thank you for the comment, bro. This other comment says, if you want to get technical, Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro, and I won't read your whole comment because I don't know what these people do as far as YouTube. I'm kind of relatively new to YouTube, but I'm telling you, they don't know stuff. They don't know what they think they know. It's easy to brainwash people that don't know nothing. You're like a blank check or a blank computer screen. Just put a screensaver on your brain and there you go. You don't know what you're talking about. What's the other comment? Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, but we'll go ahead and end it, man. Thank y'all for the comments. We'll go ahead and end it. I I want to thank you guys, and please in the poll, go ahead and put why you think or hit yes or no. Did the Buffalo Bills make the right move or they did the wrong thing? This has been the Retro Jersey Podcast, and we may be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining.